What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Soccer Comic Rant. My name is Ian Edwards, and first of all, Happy New Year. We made it. So everybody who's watching or listening is alive. You made it through 2019. Welcome to the new decade. And yeah, we're here. And this podcast, you can watch it on YouTube at Ian Soccer Comic Rant Edwards, or just type in Ian Edwards if you're listening. And if you're watching and you want to listen and not see our faces, just go to iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, allthingscomedy.com, and also allthingscomedy.com. There's a bunch of other podcasts. Bill Burr's got his podcast there. Al Magical got his podcast there. There's a ton of other podcasts from a ton of great comics with their interests. So just go there and check it out. And our sponsor is OnTheVolleyApparel.com. Go to OnTheVolleyApparel.com, which I'm failing to bring up right now. And they have tanks, tees, hoodies, sweatshirts for men and women. Use my promo code Comic Rant, get 20% off. And yeah, so start the year off right. And they can also outfit your local soccer team at OnTheVolleyApparel.com. My promo code once again is Comic Rant. And I got two guests, two normals, two usuals. First, Martin.
Thank you for acknowledging me
Martin,
first this time.
actor, comic, journalist, unfortunate Spurs fan, but just can't have it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Devilishly handsome.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Dylan.
Yep. Oh, was that me?
Yeah,
that was my cue. Hey, Ian, happy 2020.
Thanks for coming, man.
Congrats on surviving 2019. It's a fucking tough year.
Was it as a soccer?
Yeah, just as a human being.
As a human being?
Yeah, human
It was
being.
special out. It was a great year for
Congrats.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal year.
I'm asking. I'm concerned. I'm asking, like, was it really a tough year? Was it just soccer tough, Man United tough, or life tough?
On the spectrum, life is not that bad. We're living in Los Angeles. We get to talk about soccer on a podcast. So no, we're doing fine.
Yeah, we get to talk about soccer until the world ends in a few months.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just enjoy life, not take shit serious, because at any moment, government can declare war.
Yeah.
And you have no control over things. So all
Count
the people
down to Armageddon. Just smile.
All the people who is taking their life serious, you're stupid.
True.
So stop taking shit serious and have some fun.
Yeah.
Because at any moment there's forces beyond your control that could just slap you and all your seriousness in its face.
Smoke weed if you haven't yet. Just give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Come on.
Drink more too.
Enjoy.
But guys, that there was one war in the 80s that was because of a soccer game, right? Between two countries.
The Falklands?
No, it was between Honduras and Salvador. It was a regular war that followed a soccer game. Actually, there is a book written about it. That is a brilliant book. It's called a Football War. And it was an actual war between two countries after the game. And
how long is that book?
Not that long, no.
Okay.
It's great. It's written by like a guy who started as a reporter and became a writer. So it has like a reporter type of sensitivity to it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's the only time in the history of the world that in the modern era that two countries in Central America started a war and started an actual regular war based on.
I'm actually surprised that Central America only had one war over soccer.
Yeah.
Like,
we put it at 3.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's a lot of restraint on Central America's passion for soccer, for them not to have more wars.
We've played Iran before, right? The World Cup?
Yeah.
Iran won the game.
Did they really?
And they became national heroes,
Wow.
Yeah.
2-1.
And this is why they really started. This is why we really killed their second in command.
Trump was fucking furious about the World Cup group stage.
He didn't know about it. Somebody just told him last week. He's like, what? All right. I also like to give a shout out to Aaron Brungardt. What up, fam? Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
You good?
I'm good, and 2019 was a shithouse.
Oh, it was? What happened?
My dad died, so that was a real
Yeah,
fucking
that's a-
bummer.
yeah, that's
I
a
can't
bummer.
even try to let you see the bright side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Around when did he die last year?
Memorial Day.
Get out of here.
Yep.
When is Memorial Day's like in the big?
It was May 27th.
Damn, man. So yeah, that's like 7 months of shit. Yeah. All right, sorry to hear that, brother. You should have told me. Did you do anything to recover from that?
I mean, what was nice is that shortly thereafter, 2 of my softball teams won championships, so that was nice.
Softball team.
That I play on. That I play
Oh,
on. Not
okay.
that I watch softball. That'd be weird.
Yeah. That'll be weird. You play on.
That I play on. Yeah.
Oh,
that I am the captain of.
I was about relieved.
Sorry, yeah, that should have been clear.
Yeah, you got to say shit like that clearly, bro. You can't just.
Yeah, University of Oklahoma, took it home.
So
yeah, it's a different MLS.
Yeah. Well, hey man, hopefully.
Softball.
Listen, here's a good thing about this year. Your dad can't die.
That's true.
So
yeah.
this is a good year already.
And it's a
decade.
convenient holiday for it to fall on, It's a Memorial Day.
He was a vet, so yeah.
Oh, he was a vet? All right. What's his name? Oh,
Tom
Brungardt?
Yeah.
Tom Brungardt, thank you for your service.
That's a good name.
And then we're a little confused. We don't know, like, how long ago? New Year's Day was just 3-4 days ago.
7.
7 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Today's the 7th?
6.
6. Damn, Martin.
Yeah.
So it's just,
So it's 7.
it's a kind of a confusing time to do a podcast because we always do it every Monday right after all the games.
Right.
There were games this weekend, but they were FA Cup games.
Mm-hmm.
So we can discuss that, but it also feels like it's those games 6 days ago is a long time for games. So is there anything specific in soccer that you guys want to discuss? And we could just have an all-around conversation today. And I know I want to talk about Pogba and Mina Raiola, if I'm saying his name right, and just a few things. But is there anything
transfers
specific?
And looking, prognosis for this year and still, the things happen. A lot of things happen. Transfer-wise, things happen. Result-wise, things happen. We lost, for example, Harry Kane for 2 months. So yeah, there's a lot. And Arsenal won their first game with Arteta, and then they won the second game with Arteta. So there is some sort of reaction.
I think we can talk about how shitty our teams are, or they were over.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Day.
first go. Last time you were here.
Yeah.
Last time Martin was here.
Yeah.
And he was very smug. He was very smug.
Yeah, he was pissing you off.
Well, he wasn't pissing me off. He was smug and he was attacking. He was annoying me because he was telling me things I already agreed with, and he's telling me when somebody's telling me something I know and I've told them, and then they telling me back, it's not what they're telling me.
Like it's revelatory.
It's like it's like
But he was also shitting on Man U under the guise of just wanting to have a constructive conversation.
He was being a troll. He's being a troll. Yeah, he's being a troll. Look at his face now. Look at his face.
He's like, I want to support you guys. I want to have an honest conversation about this stuff. I'm not trying to.
And he was high off the Mourinho hire. And I should go back and pull up some of that video.
Yeah.
If I was like. And to see the difference now, you're just tired. You're just tired with Millwall. Is it Millwall?
No, it was Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think you should have done better than that?
Probably, yeah, we did.
And how do you feel about? Are you as upbeat now as you were in the beginning when you first got Mourinho and you first got 3 wins? Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Now that he's called somebody,
the problem.
Called somebody. I was rude to an idiot, and he's kind of gone in on Ndombele.
Yeah, a little bit, but more. Yeah,
What's your concern?
He's losing his nerves a little bit, but that's the type of personality he always was. So it doesn't surprise me. It just proves one thing to me, that the team needs revamp. That just proves to me that it's just changing a manager is not the only thing they need to change. What I'm a little bit concerned with is the latest interview from Daniel Levy. I think a couple of days ago he gave an interview and he said that he's not going to surrender to other teams spending a lot of money lavishly, because that's not the right way to run a football club.
This is a disaster.
So
fucking disaster.
and that he said that there's nothing bad, that it is not the end of the world if we don't make to the Champions League next year. That's what he said.
Okay, well, I'm usually pretty shitty with predictions.
So he's playing safe, I guess.
Last time
He's always plays it safe. That's his MO.
I said we
have a nice stadium, though.
I said we're gonna beat you guys, which I was confident in. I
think you said a draw. There'll be a draw.
No, I didn't.
No,
He even.
Oh no, you said it.
I said draw. He even said we'd beat Man City. But
Yeah.
I know he was just being optimistic. I don't think he really believed it, but that shit
I
happened.
think I did believe it because we'll get into our team, but the teams we've lost to.
Because there's a lot to touch.
I just looked at our losses. They're fucking insane. But also, we talked about it. Mourinho is going through a spell right now after their first major transfer market. Over the summer, it's going to be really, really bad. I mean, Mourinho and Levy are going to hate each other. It's not going to be good. He gets really pissed off when he can't sign people.
I think we'll see what happens. You know, they're still trying to get some players. I think right now they're trying to get Lemar from Atletico Madrid. And they need a striker for sure for next 2 months. They have no striker.
But that's crazy. Lamar's what, a midfielder?
No, he's an attacker, but more not a typical classic striker, more like a winger.
Right. So
to add him to the mix.
What you need? You guys need defense.
Yes.
So why would you go for Lamar?
More than that. We need more than that.
But first, foremost.
That was just a name thrown out there, so it's not like it's a done deal or something. It's just being considered out there. His name has been thrown into the mix.
And then you're throwing out names from legit teams, not you. Whoever is throwing. Like, Lamar is on a good team. Atletico Madrid.
I don't think he's playing that much there, though.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then maybe, okay.
He's kind of so it will be on loan. It will be on loan till the rest of the season.
You guys want a player that's not working out somewhere else in an easier league?
Sometimes it's just the fit, you know. You never know. Sometimes it's just the right fit. But I agree that we need a solution for now for a center forward. If Harry Kane is out for at least 6 weeks, that's a problem.
Oh, okay.
That's a big problem.
Who do you want to
especially that we are very depending on Kane.
Harry Kane is taking his annual mid-season vacation from playing for Spurs. Like every year,
August and then mid-season. He does not do anything in August.
Something happens where he's out.
He scored this August. He actually scored 2 goals.
Yeah,
but it's not that bad because you can use Lucas Moura. Son will be back from a suspension.
He's not a center forward, though.
I know, but he'll be back from a suspension.
Son will play this position. He has to. Yeah.
Mourinho will figure that out. But who on the back line do you want to replace?
Everyone. Yeah. Like they need
Vertonghen is just
Vertonghen is going to go to Ajax probably. That's the latest rumor, and he's gone. But he was played out of position, out of necessity.
He's been playing back, right?
He was playing on the left side, on the 3.
This back.
Like there were 3 center back, but when you push your fullbacks and Aurier doesn't defend and the other guy doesn't defend neither, you know. So then technically he becomes a left back, and that's not the position at his age to play. So
because he's a left center, right?
He's a center. Yeah, I would say he's a center. He should play in a 4 defenders type of a setup with Alderweireld. That's how they played in their best time.
So you want to just do scorched earth and get rid of everybody?
And they just gave new contract to Alderweireld, and Alderweireld was the worst player. Who did we lose to the game before in the league? We had some horrible loss.
Who was it?
We had a horrible
Brighton?
Loss. No, not to Brighton. We beat Brighton, but we had some horrible loss. Tell me who that was, please.
Say that again.
We had a very bad loss in the last league game. I'm just trying to remember who that was.
Oh, let me go back.
Norwich? No, we drew with Norwich.
Southampton,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We lost to Southampton.
But Southampton, weirdly,
they're playing way better.
Has been playing way better.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what, but listen, I don't know what. It's still Southampton, but on the real, Southampton is surging right now, and I don't think they should have been as bad as they were at the beginning of the season. So I guess what's happening now is they're as good as they should have been, and so they're a handful right now.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of fucks people over because you're like, oh, we're just going to play Southampton, and then the new Southampton shows up.
Yep.
And then you're not ready to deal with them, and it's like, yeah.
All you need to do is lose 9-0, and then you'll turn your season around. Yeah.
Well, that coach is a good coach. I believe in him. So
almost got fired, but
they could have fired him, but they didn't.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's always, I don't know. I feel like it's a little more brave and courageous to just not fire a manager. Just calm down, let him do his job. Sometimes you need to do it, but
well, for all the firings that happened so far have worked. I've turned the teams around, like
David Moyes.
Yeah.
the West Ham firing worked.
Watford firing worked.
The Watford firing.
Fantastic.
But the Watford's coach is Nigel Pearson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How come somebody didn't hire him for the Premier League sooner than this?
Yeah.
Like what took
he
so
went
long?
out in kind of like a weird, like,
yeah, there was like a
hailstorm.
rape allegations.
He said rape 3 times.
on his son.
No, on his son, but that was covered or something during like a preparation camp.
But I feel like he also like got in somebody's face towards the end of the season.
I think it was the rape thing.
Was it?
They put it to sleep, but they kind of like.
Could you explain the rape thing? You can't just say rape thing.
It's some players were accused of rape. Of 3 or 4, I think players were accused of rape during the preparation camp in some foreign country, Spain or something, and then
Spain
that led to his demise.
Led to whose demise? You're saying
Pearson's demise.
This is bad. The way you're saying it. The way you're saying it is implying that Pearson did some rape.
He's a rape addict.
No.
But you're saying. So let me
him
say.
handling the thing.
He's the coach.
Was wrong.
His players were accused of rape, and he protected his players or some shit.
Yes.
So then it looks bad. So these were Leicester City players.
I think it was Leicester City players.
Are
yes.
you sure?
Before Ranieri, yeah. He was before. It was before Ranieri came.
The 5.
He saved them. He saved them from relegation.
I know. So you're talking about Vardy and all those guys.
Let me.
Yeah, you
Google it. I
Same
have to see
casino.
it.
Vardy's throwing racial epithets out and then going back and raping people, and Nigel Pearson's defending him for some reason. That's what happened.
Let's get this clear. We can't.
I'm
just
so
be
glad
saying
we
that.
got to the bottom of this.
Yeah, we can.
Conclusively.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Watford's. They needed to fire.
Who else is
Kike?
firing is working? Trying to go through Newcastle. No, not Newcastle. But all the
Everton.
firings have worked. Everton
has.
Okay, so 3 Leicester City players, 2015, apologized Sunday after a video surfaced that reportedly showed them participating in a racist orgy in Thailand.
Racist orgy.
Yeah.
That's
Did
not
Vardy?
rape.
Stephen Pearson was convicted of 13 counts of rape and 7 of indecent assault.
13?
Yep.
And where's Stefan Pearson now?
He's just having a quiet.
Oh no, it's a different
life at
Pearson.
home.
I don't know. No, that's something different. Let me see.
This is the worst journalist. All right, let's just. I'm sorry.
Lester
No,
knows
y'all.
James.
some crazy
It was James
shit.
Pearson. James Pearson.
Is,
Tom Hopper, Adam Smith, and James Pearson.
is that his son? Nigel Pearson's son?
Checking that.
Adam Smith, fan of economics and rape.
3 Leicester footballers are being investigated by the club after a video clip that emerged allegedly. In the video, manager Nigel Pearson's son, James, Tom Hopper, and Adam Smith appear to be lying naked in a hotel room with some Thai women. One of the players is heard saying, "Lick it, you slit eye." While another shouts,
You slipped?
"Aye."
What was that?
Oh.
While another shouts out, "Minging." An absolute 1 out of 10. Oh my God.
So it wasn't rape, but so they were just being shitty to the prostitutes.
Yes. It's a euphemism. Hey, you guys are being shitty to them. Come on.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta.
They really
You-
get
you-
into some shit.
I'm just saying, don't tape it.
Yeah.
Don't tape it.
And then there was a fire that happened and the next day. Nigel Pearson was fired as manager of Leicester City on Tuesday, less than 6 weeks after guiding the club to safety in one of the greatest relegation escapes in the history of the Premier League. Pearson's
They think that was great. The next year
Yeah.
made that look like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leicester won 7 of its last 9 games to climb up the bottom of the Premier League and finish 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Pearson was widely praised for the job he did at King Power Stadium in turbulent season, but also got in trouble with authorities for losing his cool. And
Gosh. Imagine the
he
orgy.
called a journalist an ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a good insult.
Leicester
Yeah.
came under scrutiny in the first few weeks of the offseason after 3 of its squad members, one of them being Pearson's son James, were filmed in an apparent orgy with Thai sex workers. One of them was racially abused. The 3 players were
Racially
fired
abused.
by the club's Thai owners which died later. But yeah, that led to his firing.
First of all, so the owners of Leicester are Thai.
No, I mean he died in the.
I know, but I'm asking if they're Thai.
Yeah, they're Thai.
And so you can't call prostitutes. You can't racialize prostitutes from the owner of your team.
Well, he didn't do that. He just said they were 1 out of 10.
What did he mean by one? But he said slit eye. That's the one I'm holding on to.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
So yeah, you can't do that. Plus, listen, man, you listen. Everybody has different selves. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Like me talking to you guys,
right,
is a different person than Orgy Ian.
Yep.
Orgy Ian might say some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna record Orgy Ian. You know what I'm saying? Because he might not be as nice as, let's just talk some soccer Ian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
For all you young people out there that are gonna do orgies in the future, unless you can bring your outside voice to the orgy, you know what I'm saying? Don't record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially if your boss, if you're gonna racialize people, and women,
ill-advised stuff,
who are from the same country as the person who's paying you your paycheck. So
if
just
they were
be careful.
If they were like Portuguese, it would have been different, totally. But it's just really incriminating stuff. Don't film yourself having an orgy because it's so taboo, giant sex balls of people, but aforementioned Armageddon clock. Just go do it if you haven't done it yet, because it's a hoot. Have you ever had an orgy?
No.
You say it's a hoot.
Nobody ever asked me to participate.
You gotta start your own orgy, man. You gotta wait around.
Hand out flyers.
Did you come to LA to just sit there and wait for somebody to get you in a TV show? Then you go on auditions, bro. You try to make that shit happen.
The world doesn't owe you shit. You gotta find your own orgy.
Find your own orgy, bro.
So but he worked at Derby County in 2016. Then he worked in Belgium, I think Leuven, and then Belgium for 2 years, and now he came to Watford. So pretty much
he's a Premier League manager, man.
In summation, aside from all the rape stuff, pretty damn good coach. Yeah, pretty great coach.
Let's cut out the rape stuff, because I just think.
And he's only 56, so it's not like he was.
He didn't rape anybody.
He didn't rape anybody. I don't think his son raped anybody. They were just
They both got fired
in an orgy.
At the same time, they both got fired for 2 different reasons, technically.
It's basically the same reason.
But it's the same reason, but different perspective. Yeah.
How you think Arteta's gonna do? Like Arteta as Arsenal's coach, I think I've listened to interviews with Arteta.
Yeah.
And the way he talks about football is not the cliche things that new coaches normally say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think first I always liked the way Arteta played, and then I didn't know Pep and Arteta had a relationship until when Pep became the coach of Man City, and I saw Arteta sitting on the bench next to him. But the thing that I did notice that between Pep and Arteta was that there was a real rapport there.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes, like Pep has won so much. He almost has the right to be arrogant, even though nobody has. So you could see him, but you could see him really referring to Arteta, like almost on an equal level, and like getting his opinion, and you could see the freedom of Arteta to talk to Pep. And so I always noticed that for like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's why I always thought, so he's contributing, because Pep doesn't look like the type of person to carry somebody for no reason.
No,
if you're not contributing, Pep ain't gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it was a great job for Arsenal to see that also.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I'm cut to, they hired him. He's in the interviews, and he just looks like he's talking about football in a dynamic way.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why I worried about us playing them, Man United playing Arsenal on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Because, they finally, the type of football that he wants to play happened to us.
Yeah.
And we should have been more prepared for it.
To go back to Arteta real quick and then talk game, but everything you said, the rapport they have is kind of all you need when you're not all you need, but if Arsenal's looking at candidates, there's a guy that Pep Guardiola trusts.
Yes.
Really, really trusts. If that exists, then he is worth a job.
Yes.
Because Pep is, I mean, aside from Alex Ferguson, probably the greatest coach in modern soccer.
That's so Man U of you.
Mourinho.
You don't believe that, so why
I
are you
do believe that. No,
you don't
I mean,
believe that, bro.
and take first 10 years of Mourinho. Those are the best 10 years everyone had.
Yeah, but he's
Pretty much.
still coaching, so we have to look at the last 5.
He's third.
And it's not great.
Okay.
He's third out of those 3.
All right.
You'll say that?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if,
I would even throw Ancelotti in there.
No, come on.
He's won how many Champions Leagues has he
I would
won?
say he's in the top 5. It's insane that he's coaching Everton. It's
Yeah.
insane that he's coaching Everton.
They have their own problems. We'll get there.
But yeah, so he's definitely got a high football IQ. Like, he's just a smart dude, Spanish. I think he's going to be a great coach for them. I'm frustrated that I was kind of asleep at the wheel. I didn't think that this was going to be as difficult a game as it turned out to be.
Oh, for real?
No, I was like, I'm just
Why?
because Arsenal. People didn't like this the last time I was on here, and I said they're just losers. Like, Arsenal is a bum team. They're so basic, and I'm just not worried about them ever. I should be now. But it's this newly implemented strategy where they're pressing like crazy. Like, it's like 2 guys to everyone that has the
It's a
ball.
wolf pack.
There was so much space. If we could have played just our normal pace, if we could have just played fast, that's the perfect team to play against for us. And we just got swallowed up by them. It was insane how slow we were.
Yeah, they were all over us. And I think Solskjaer should have expected that, because if you've played Man City, you're playing a knockoff version of them when you're going to meet Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because Man City has better personnel, and these guys have a brand new coach. Their style is brand new, and their identity is new, so it hasn't been completely established
Yeah,
yet.
it's not a
But you
solidified
gotta know
philosophy.
that one thing is, like, I heard Arteta's like, he said intensity and hustling are non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Like, David Luiz is hustling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He hasn't caused any goals since Arteta,
Yeah.
has come there.
And Socrates scored a goal, I think.
And Socrates, yeah. So like all the
2
people,
minutes in? What was that?
yeah, all the people who were a problem. Like I think what a team needs is
Who
a
did he
coach.
score against? Socrates? Who did he score against?
Best goalkeeper in the world.
You're wrong about that. I'm a Man U fan. You're wrong about that.
Best
Listen,
goddamn
what a
fucking
coach,
goalkeeper in the
what a coach need, what players need is a coach they can trust. And I think Arsenal players look at the lineage of Arteta as a coach, and they're like, finally, someone like we can trust. And it's somebody who, the way he spoke in those press conferences, I like, oh, he knows how to talk to these people and to get to these players
Yeah.
the way that other coaches haven't. And they know this is on them. This is their fault. They have to listen or they're out. Like, this is like, oh, this is a good thing. I want to be a part of this good thing. I don't want to fuck up and not be a part of it. Like, I'm not going to. So we'll see. I think it's still a building. I think it's still a project, but I think Arsenal is definitely going to swing up. Plus, we lost to Arsenal when we started our, like, when Solskjaer got hired last year and he had a good run. Like, Arsenal, our loss to Arsenal was the beginning of our slide.
Yeah.
So then I'm never.
Don't say that.
And there's the second one.
Yeah.
Don't say
Maybe.
that.
I mean, listen. We lost a game.
We'll get there. Let's talk about our tennis.
Listen, listen. We lost a game, right, in a busy schedule. Like a lot of teams, Spurs lost games and dropped points over the holidays.
Yeah.
Even Man City
Most
dropped
of them,
points.
yeah.
Everybody dropped points except Liverpool.
Yeah.
But you can't get through that period. I think a lot of fans are like,
I don't think
can't
City
believe
dropped points. Did they?
They did. They dropped points to Wolves. They lost to Wolves.
No, they beat the Wolves.
No, they lost to
they
Wolves.
lost to
Oh yeah, they lost. They lost
lost
at
to
the very
Wolves.
end.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah.
about that. Yes.
Everybody
yes, they lost
dropped
the game.
points over the holiday season.
Liverpool beat Wolves.
And
yeah.
everybody's looking at like this Arsenal loss, and like, hey man, you can't just look at this one game. We played a packed schedule. Our players were also tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
our midfield is done.
Yeah, done. We had some injuries too. So when we had this midfield that was starting to develop a repertoire between each other. Then we lost people to injuries, and then we have to play Arsenal. It's like, listen, man, it's one loss over the whole thing.
It's like it's the loss like I'm most okay with. I mean, we've lost to Crystal Palace, Watford, like I think we lost to Bournemouth.
We'll get
relegation teams we've lost to. I'm fine losing to Arsenal,
but that's not the point. We'll get to why you lose those games. You don't lose some other games.
You don't know what his point is.
No, I know, because I agree with him. But I have something to add. But let me just, before we move on, say something about Arteta, because I remember him as a player very, very, very well. So the reason I kind of trusted him as a coach, and I felt like he will be a very, very good coach, is from how I remember him playing as a player. Because as a player, he was not the fastest one, not the most gifted one.
Smart. I thought he was gifted,
but he was the smartest one. He wasn't a pure talent. He never actually broke into first team of Spain when Spain was great.
It was impossible. It was impossible.
Fabregas was just more talented than him and some other people. They were just more talented. There was more talent.
Fabregas couldn't even start. You have Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets and David Silva and David Villa and Torres. It was
that's exactly what I'm saying. He was a very good player, but not a great player.
I think he, any other time in Spain's history of football, he could have started. But they already had what he could give. You know what I mean?
But my point is that usually great coaches are made of former players who were even very good players, but not necessarily great players who understand the game very well. And he was that type of a player. He understood the game very well. Ancelotti, he was on the great Milan sides, but he was only a sub to Van Basten.
Listen, man, I've heard that statement before, but Zidane was a great player.
And there are people questioning him as a coach. They're saying that it's more players than Zidane as a coach.
They're idiots.
Shut the fuck up about Zidane.
But a lot of people are questioning him.
Listen, they can question him, but I see 3 Champions Leagues, and I see that team in a row, and I see that team that he had. What coaches before him, including Mourinho, didn't do with those same players.
You know what? Guillem Balak, who is he's the most informed Spanish journalist. He said that they were ready, Real Madrid, to fire Zidane and offer the job to Mourinho, but Mourinho picked Spurs. But they already, Mourinho, it's yours. Just come whenever you want.
So, hey, if you want to fire the guy who has you at the top of the table, fire him. Like Zidane, listen, if Madrid fires Zidane with Madrid at the top of the table, like, that's not going to hurt Zidane. You know what I'm saying? He can walk into any coaching job. So you do that.
It makes so much sense. It's like one of the greatest, Madristas of all time, being your coach, leading you to 3 Champions Leagues. Don't even think about getting rid of him. But I'm blown away that people think that he's a bad coach.
But that's Real Madrid's MO. Like, they have this chronic thing with, like, everybody is like, Man U changes coaches too much, right? Yeah. They say that, right? But if you look at certain teams like Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern, those teams change coaches all the time and still win their leagues. But I think what the key to changing your coach is your base of players, your base core of your team has to be a bunch of champions, so that a new coach can come in and like give them renewed energy and they continue to win. Yeah. Like, so the problem with Man U is, when we change coaches, we don't have that base core of champion winning players that win titles.
Right.
So now we're just trying to like get the coach to create that, but before he creates it, we fire him, and then the new coach has to come in. Those players aren't like championship quality, so then he has to try to establish it. But before he can establish it, then we fire him, and then it's all fucked up.
Absolute mess. But Rashford and McTominay, I think, can grow into that kind of professional. But the games that I was talking about, we lose. Like, professional teams don't lose those games. Like, you just have focus going into those games.
Yeah,
you
but
can't lose 15 points to relegation teams.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, and here's why, and that's the theory.
Go
That's the
ahead.
theory, and I actually agree with this theory. It's also a lot of experts, a lot of analysts say what's the problem with Man U. The problem with Man U is that you don't know how to play positional attack. You only play counter attack. So if you counter attack better teams, you're using your fast players. That's how you succeed. But when you have to lead the game to a weaker team, they just block the passages and that's it. That's game over.
We need that number 10 spot more than
You have just Lingard, 0 goals, 0 assists.
we don't have
in a year.
that number. So when Ollie's entire philosophy of positional attack will happen if we have that midfielder that
So here are some
starts
stats. I
unlocking
have some
those
stats for you.
passes.
Guys, let me just answer
We
your
made
question.
incredible
Yeah.
runs.
Can
We
I
made
just run some
incredible
stats?
No, after I answer your question.
Okay, that's my question.
Where I go to something
I didn't
else.
ask, but I made a point. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna listen. We have a team, right?
yeah,
And you're gonna read some stats.
yes, I
That's
will.
gonna quantify what I'm saying.
Probably pretty much. I believe
and
so.
what
yeah.
I'm saying is gonna quantify what you're saying.
Yeah.
And also you're saying
You disagree with me.
I don't disagree with you, but I understand why we have the results that we have. Like,
I should amend that really quickly. Crystal Palace is not in the relegation battle, obviously. Neither is West Ham, but they kind of are. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
Listen, man, look at our team. Like, so do you think we're doing bad this year or this season? Let me ask you that question.
No.
No, you don't?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's
No.
progress.
Yeah.
For a team,
But like a month ago, you said that you're doing bad.
I'm
yeah, he did. That's why I'm surprised.
I am in an ever-flowing state with this team, but currently, no. I'm content. Uh-oh.
Technical problem.
Technical
so
problem.
it's time for me to read the stats then?
No,
Okay.
because Aaron fixed it real fast. Listen, I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
if I told you, right? Because Martin always shits on Man U. If I told you a team with Pereira, Lingard, Mata, right? Daniel James, some guy from the championship, right?
Fred.
Brendan Williams, Fred,
Ashley
and
Young.
was
Ashley Young.
Great. Fred is great.
Yeah, now he is.
been playing
But if I told you,
better.
if they were going to be ahead of the Champions League finalists, Spurs, at this stage of the season,
1 point or something like that.
would you have taken that bet, or you'd have been like, "Shut up, Ian, you're out of your fucking mind"?
I mean,
So this team, so people say Ollie can't coach, but let's really look at this. This is our subs on a regular basis are Lingard, Mata, who used to be a good player. He couldn't even break into the Spanish team because of the time that he came up. So speaking of players, let me finish.
But-
Let me finish, bro. My point is, so is it that we need players, or can Solskjaer actually coach? Because with these players, we are fifth.
both things are true. We need
Both
one,
things are true.
We need
Okay.
one player.
Everybody's
we need that
talking about
attacking
midfield.
Yeah.
piece.
And I'm going to surprise you with that stat.
You're not going to surprise us
No, I
because you
will.
told us earlier.
No, because I changed my mind. No. I let you on a little bit, but now I'm just going to have a different twist at the end. So I'm going to read you stats of Man U midfield and Liverpool midfield. So Man U midfield. Fred, 17 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Pereira, 18 games, 1 goal, 3 assists. Mata, 12 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. McTominay, 17 games, 3 goals, 1 assist. Pogba, 7 games, 0 goals, 2 assists. Matic, 5 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Lingard, 18 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Summary, 1, 3, 4 goals, and 3, 4, 5, 7, seven assists.
What's your point?
Okay, no. 3 goals, 7 assists from the midfield. And now Liverpool. Keita, 5 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Henderson, 19 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. Wijnaldum, 19 games, 2 goals, 0 assists. Milner, 16 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Fabinho, 12 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Oxlade-Chamberlain, 12 games, 1 goal, 0 assists. Lallana, 10 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Barely Better than Man United, barely. Midfield wise.
Because their assists
That doesn't tell the
their
whole story.
assists come from their backs.
Yeah.
Their assists come from their backs, and that doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah, but
you
Fred is
really-
playing well. Actually,
No, he
the
is
games we
playing
won,
well.
Fred was playing well. McTominay is playing well. Maybe it's not necessarily the midfield. Everybody's saying midfield. But maybe the problem is more complex. Maybe it's just the way they play as a team.
But Fred, listen, you can't just ignore the beginning of the history of Fred. You know, Fred has been playing so much, he turned into a Premiership player.
I mean, there
And
was no other option. I mean, you
There was,
have to get
and it was
better.
because there was no other options. Like, who else we're going to put on there? You know what I'm saying? So Fred played himself. Like, he's got confidence now, and he's a player. Like, if it wasn't for injuries, we'd have, like, sold Fred later on and be like, that didn't work out.
No.
Now, the good thing about injuries is that our injury was almost like our Chelsea version of the transfer ban for Fred and McTominay.
Mm-hmm.
So now people believe in those two. But we still have no depth when we have injuries. We don't have anybody. We can't just keep bringing in Lingard. And then I just saw this article where Lingard is going to team up with Mino Raiola. Like, if you, listen, man, Lingard, that is the biggest mistake. Like, you're one of our own.
He did the Instagram thing in the summer. That was his biggest mistake already.
Oh, yeah.
What's his biggest mistake?
He did the video on Instagram.
Yeah, he got
but let's
shit
listen.
for that.
Manchester United, Jesse Lingard teams up with super agent Mino Raiola. Listen. Clients include Lingard teammate Paul Pogba, so Zlatan, Henry Mkhitaryan. Listen, Lingard. First of all, Mino.
God,
I thought you
fucking hate Mino.
I thought you dealt with top clients, like, and Lingard, what are you doing?
He'll sell him for top dollar. That's for sure.
To who? Who's?
Jesse Lingard should be begging teams to play. Jesse Lingard, I'm really sorry. I know you're buddies with Rashford. We have to get rid of him.
Yeah,
and
he's
we
27 years old.
I know. He is not a spring chicken. He looks like he's 22. He's not. We need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of Pogba and have McTominay's midfield be his midfield, and then fill in somebody who can. You're right to a degree, but there are these runs that are being made by Martial and Rashford and Dan James and Brandon Williams that they're wasted all the time. So the assists aren't direct to goals, but they're finding the players who are running into the spaces who can open up the attacks in the 18-yard box, and we just don't. We miss those runs all the time right now.
Yeah, I just don't want to shit on Lingard, but for a Man U caliber player, he's not a Man U caliber player. Just straight up, you know what I mean? You can't play that many games without any goals and assists for any team, much less Man United. So his stats are proof that we need a better player. And then you're going to team up with an agent who has beef with Man U. That's not going to help. That doesn't help me as a fan, like, be a fan of Lingard. It's like this agent is basically, he's mostly responsible. He's, partially responsible for Pogba wanting to leave Man U, not playing for us for most of the season.
He's telling him to get surgery now when he may or may not need it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Just to keep him out of the lineup, just to force Man U's hand into making Pogba leave. And I'm like, now I'm at peace with it. I'm like, he is our best player, but I'm like, if he doesn't want to be there, at least let's use the money and get people. We can get good midfield. We can get two for the price of one, which is better because we'll have depth. And if we get the right type of two players, then it'll actually be better. I remember watching Coutinho leave Liverpool, and I was like, man, this is going to hurt them. And now they just replaced him with two players that the world did not look at as good as him, and now Liverpool are on track to have the best record.
It's system and it's coaching. So if you believe in Ollie, then I remember one of the first times I met you, we were talking about Pogba, and people do need to calm down about Pogba. I mean, people just attack him.
And people are part of the reason. It's like Pogba's a part of the reason. Riola's part, and the fans and ex-players are all part of the reason why this is not working
Deleted every association with Man U from his Twitter.
Yeah.
He has his sponsor listed. He has his photo in a French uniform.
Yeah, he's done.
He doesn't mention Man U ever, and he wants to be out.
Yeah.
He just doesn't
That's
want to play there
fine,
anymore.
and he is our best player. But let's not act like Pogba is this, top 50 players of all time or something. Like, he's kind of an underachiever. I mean, I know he won a World Cup with France, but like,
as the leader.
what the fuck did he do with Juve? What has he done with us? Like,
He won trophies with
Juve.
Juve and went to
You
the
can't
Champions League
take that away.
finals.
but he's
Yeah.
not.
You can take it away, but
People
it happened.
talk about him like he's in the same breath of not Cristiano and Messi, but he gets up into those heights sometimes
because
and
he's that good.
On
I
the
don't
right
thi-
team, he would be. At
on
Real
another-
Madrid, he could be.
Yeah, on the
possibly,
right team, you'll see.
Yeah.
If he goes somewhere else,
he
If
hasn't
he's
proven-
motivated, I mean,
he
he's a
hasn't
moody
done
guy.
it.
He's a moody player. If he's not motivated, I can see why
But
he's
why
not
is he
giving his-
moody if he hasn't really
Because the
achieved
fans-
that yet? It's like
because
a
he
Balotelli
did-
type psyche. It's like
Nah.
you're not that good yet, dude.
nah, yeah,
He's
he
not
is.
as crazy as Balotelli. Then.
Yeah, he's
No,
not.
he's
I
not.
wouldn't-
He's a leader. Yeah, Balotelli is complete maniac.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pogba's
I mean,
a
you win
leader,
the World
dude.
Cup, you
Pogba's-
come back to Manchester United, your coach is shitting on you.
Yeah, you're
the
at your
fans are
top,
sit-
yeah.
Your coach is shitting on you. He's like, I didn't ask for this. And then you come back, fans are shitting on you, but they're not acknowledging that the pieces around you are not helping your game.
But the
they're blaming
reason
you.
why is the coach shitting on him? Because Mourinho's a dick, but also because Pogba is similar ego to Mourinho. It's those two clashing, and Mourinho does not like when players think that they're equals or better than him. And Pogba definitely felt like that about Mourinho.
I don't
He
think
was right.
that's-
Who went?
I don't-
Mourinho went, not
I don't-
Pogba.
I don't think that's how Pogba felt. But I don't know how he felt. I just feel like
He feels done. He feels like he's done.
He's
That's it.
done.
He's
It's not
done now.
working. He's like he's never gonna try to win over these fans. That no matter what you do,
Yeah.
they'll never be happy. He's like fuck this all.
Yeah, and I don't hate the guy.
Yeah.
I think I would leave too. I completely get it. Real Madrid's calling. Go.
Yeah, Real Madrid or Juventus.
Yeah.
Because I heard we're trying to get Martinez if he goes to Juventus. So
I thought he was going to Juventus. Didn't you guys say that he's not doing that?
he might.
Pogba? Maybe.
Hey, maybe it's a possibility.
He wants to be with Zidane because that's his hero.
He'll go to Zidane or Juventus, just somewhere where people love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good luck, Pogba. I wish it would have worked out.
And Mino Raiola
That's
was
your friend.
trying to. Mino Raiola was trying to say he didn't have a, in the Haaland. Look at this guy. Would you trust this face?
He's a morbidly
Zlatan is.
obese egomaniac.
You know, it's funny how life works here. He was just the playground buddy of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He had nothing to do with football, and then Zlatan Ibrahimovic brought him a whiff, and now he's one of the most powerful agents. Same as LeBron's agent is his childhood buddy. Like all those guys are the career track of some people in life is surprising that you are just in the right situation with the right person. You're next to this generational talent, and then you become something just because of your association with someone hyper talented.
We should sue him. We should sue the
Because
fuck
Mino
out of him.
Raiola was just his
That's a good
buddy.
idea.
I'm
Zlatan
not
was
kidding.
bullied. Zlatan was bullied in Sweden as a minority because he was a minor. He put it in his book, and he was one of the very few people who didn't bully him, who was just kind of his friend. And
Well,
Zlatan stayed loyal.
This guy
And now
is
this guy's a
bullying.
millionaire.
He's bullying Manchester United.
Yes, he is.
And he's bullying football.
He already
period.
did.
He's
Like,
defaming
asking-
Manchester
Just
United.
asking for
Yeah.
all these astronomical transfer fees. It's like if you could make $20 million every time your player moves to another team, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to make your player feel like they should move to another team,
Yeah.
even though you just transferred them to one team, because then I can make another $20 million. So you best believe, and this is not an original theory of mine, you best believe this guy is putting words in Pogba's ear and telling him to let's go. And Pogba's thinking, as a young mind, that this guy is looking out for the best for him.
Yeah.
But this guy is trying to add to his $700 million, you said?
And contracts, yeah.
Dollars that he has. That's all he's trying to do. Like to take $20 million from one transfer.
Yeah.
And people say players are ruining the game. They have too much power. And they normally say that when it's like a black player. But this is ruining the game. This is too much power.
Yeah, I think it's too much power too. And you're right. It's inherently pessimistic because he's not gonna look for silver linings or the positive or bright sides. He's going to lean towards, oh, maybe this isn't the best spot, and commit to that thinking, and then just pump his players full of it.
He's just going to shuffle them around.
Fucking moves every time they move. He gets a cut.
Yeah,
a big cut.
Like you say, he said like Dortmund is a better fit for Haaland to develop as a player than Man U. It's like
maybe.
Nah, not really, because Dortmund is never going to win anything. You know what I mean? Like they're a factory. They're going to bring up young players, play them, and then eventually sell them.
Yeah,
That's why his Haaland. Dortmund is a perfect place for Mino Raiola to put Haaland. It's a shot case window, and he knows Dortmund is going to sell 100% Haaland later, and he's going to make more money from the transfer. So that's why he's happy. It's a better. He says things, but it's like life is about like you know what love is. Love is about what you love. It's like you care about as much about a person as they can do for you, and like. Yeah, I love Haaland. I'm Mino Raiola. I love Haaland, but I love if he goes to Dortmund, because when he goes to Dortmund and he's on the big stage, then I can really sell him for more money, get a bigger transfer fee, and then make more money.
And probably ownership,
and ownership
and stuff, royalties and whatever,
Yeah.
So
because you get paid by the club and you get paid by the player, so you can ask the club as much as you want, Plus you take the money from the player as well.
He doesn't have that many clients. I mean, he's got plenty of clients, but we shouldn't do business with him ever again.
How much money he took
blacklisted
for original transfer? How much he pocketed to Man U? I think like 30 million, right?
So what?
He took like 30 mil.
Yeah.
From Pogba, he took it was
from Man U. From Man U.
At least 20, I think.
Yeah, from Man U.
Yeah. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Greedy fuck.
That is fucking crazy.
I don't care.
And then he's shitting on Man U. It's like, but that's Man U's fault also. It's like, we're a big entity. We should have scouts all over the world that can get to good players. There's plenty of players that are not.
And you do, including my childhood friend, as I told you once.
So what?
And you have scouts everywhere, including my childhood friend who is a scout for Man U too. Yeah.
Who's that?
A Polish guy, yeah.
Yeah, we don't count him. Anyway. But we should just do a better job of just getting players that don't belong to this guy, and there's players all over the world. Liverpool is making moves, everybody's making moves, and they're not having the trouble that we're having with this guy.
Yeah.
And if Jesse Lingard joins him, peace, Jesse.
Say la fucking be.
Peace.
Yeah. You can tell Ollie's so
because we're already
so
being kind to you.
When Ollie's asked about Pogba, he's a cherub always, but like. He just has this fury behind his eyes when he talks about Paul.
Yeah.
But by the way, talking about Borussia Dortmund, because they tried to put actually Sancho, because now Haaland is coming. They tried to sell Sancho to Man U for 100 mil. But Sancho,
that's what we would have bought him for last year anyway.
But Sancho is a talented guy, but he's a troublemaker. They suspended him twice, I think, this season already.
For what?
For not showing up at the practice.
Oh,
I mean,
it's not a Thai orgy.
It's not the worst thing.
It's no Thai orgy.
I mean, Chelsea wants.
You're not so high on Sancho though, right? Because we had this conversation.
It's not that I'm not high on him. I want players in the position that we need the most. He's not a player in the position we need the most. He plays the right hand side of the field. Mm-hmm. We have Daniel James. Fine, we need subs and stuff, but let's get the players we want and then strengthen the squad. You know what I mean? Let's make the spine strong. Let's not get extra players in positions we want. Let's get players in the positions that we need and then get the padding.
Honestly, if we get a fullback that can actually direct a ball into a goal, I'm fine with getting rid of Harry Maguire. I'm tired of him going like this and just the ball goes all over the place. It's fucking annoying.
It's hilarious.
We need the dude from Sporting Lisbon.
Who's that?
Lisbon.
Fernandez, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Fernandez or Eriksson. I don't know who else is out there.
Eriksson will probably go
like
to Inter.
So bad right now. Eriksson is just playing like
his stats.
Shit.
By the way,
I still want him, but
those are the Tottenham midfielder stats. Dyer 9 games, 0 goals, 1 assist. Ndombele 15 games, 2 goals, 0 assists. Lo Celso 11 games, 0 goals, 0 assists.
I believe in Lo Celso.
Winks 16 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Sissoko 20 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. Ali 14 games, 6 goals, 2 assists. And Eriksen, 17 games, only 2 goals and 2 assists. Not good enough.
How many games?
17.
Yeah, his record mirrors your guys' record before Mourinho, but when the last days of Pochettino.
I would say the last year overall,
Yeah.
not just the last days of Pochettino.
Yeah. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, we're playing City soon. I'm not as confident this time.
So
Are you concerned with?
we're playing City in the
FA
League Cup.
League Cup.
That's the League Cup, right? MLS.
I think it's the FA Cup.
It's Tuesday. It's tomorrow.
League Cup.
League Cup. Cup schedule.
And we have to talk about Liverpool, of course.
What is there to talk about? They're the best.
And they just the way they supply their team, it's amazing. Mino, another great transfer. He made a debut yesterday, and listen, they didn't have to spend that much, and they're actually not overbuying. They usually buy 1 or 2 players every window.
It's amazing.
Pretty much one.
It's set up right.
And they know who they want. And the game against Everton, when they played their B team, the youth team against the Everton A team, and they won.
Let's not exaggerate. They had a lot of their A-team people in there. I saw Gomez. I saw Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Let's go.
They had a bunch of kids, but everybody's like, it was all the B team. It wasn't all the under 23 team. It was the guy that scored a goal is from the under 23 team, and I like his spirit from his interview afterwards because he was talking about
what's his name?
I forgot. He's been trying to get in and improve himself, and he's glad he scored the goal. He even bragged about his goal a little bit. So, this motherfucker wants it. That's who you want. You know what I mean? But
I mean, well, they're no nonsense. Like their shit isn't dragged out into the public. Karius let in all those goals in Champions League, and they go out and they spend a lot of money, but they get Allison. That's what they needed. And they go out and they do their business.
They paid a lot for the things they needed.
Yes.
And then it's like, I'll make the sacrifice, I'll buy it now, and then later on, we just get young people with potential to grow up with these massive heroes, and so they can become heroes later on.
Right.
And then, they spent money. They spent money for Keita, but they spent money at the right time on the right people.
But so you look at us, like, what are we doing? Like, how much did we spend on Fred?
Fred's working out.
How much did we spend on Harry Maguire?
I didn't want to spend that money, but
But it's like rather than getting somebody like Minamino, we're spending these huge amounts of money on players
they got
like
Daniel
Minamino.
James, and then we have free people. We Rashford is basically through the academy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is through the academy?
McTominay, I think.
McTominay is through the academy. So
Mason.
Yeah, Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not doing bad. We panic when we look at other teams, but we're not. We've had some bad buys, like the guy, the Argentinian who's at PSG. I can't remember his name right now. Di Maria.
Angel Di Maria.
And they have Di Maria, and we have Pogba that's
Harry
not working
Maguire.
out. Lukaku.
We've had plenty of bad buys.
Yeah. So, but
Eric Bailly hasn't
let's
really.
Maguire.
Right. Maguire cannot head a ball in towards a goal. It doesn't matter how.
It just I think it's a problem that they just don't work out together. Him and Lindelof. It just doesn't work out between them two.
I'm fine with them. I'm kidding, but
they just don't supplement each other. Sometimes with the center backs, it has to be a pairing. You don't judge them individually. It has to be the communication. They are very dependent from each other. And this particular two don't just work well.
it hasn't been a whole season yet. It's been half a season.
They're not working well together.
I'm
Same with David.
I'm fine with them.
We're fifth.
But it's the same with Davidson Sanchez. He's maybe a very good player, but he just doesn't work with either Vertonghen or other Wild. And it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out.
You saying let's not look at other teams and judge our team by the same measuring stick. Is it crazy to start saying that this Liverpool team? I mean, in May, are they one of the greatest Premier League sides in the history?
I gotta
of the
wait till
league?
the end. Everybody's excited.
Somebody made that point that point-wise, yes, but I think it came from a very good footballer. I forgot who that was. Who said it looks like that on paper, but in the real life, the City from 2 years ago were a better team. As the quality of football they were playing.
We'll see.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, you look at this team, and are they in the same conversation as like the Invincibles and some of the greatest teams?
If they get
And the City team that had 100 points.
Yeah. And the 2008 Man U team.
Maybe.
Hilarious.
And Spurs team too. No. 2021 Spurs team.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Hopeful. More technical difficulties.
I just want to make sure.
Was that me? Did I knock that out?
I think it's in. We'll
Well,
see. We don't have that much longer to go.
You're concerned about this game, right?
I don't think we're gonna beat them.
Yeah. I mean, Matic has been playing well, surprisingly, but I just think he's going to get overrun. There's no way that we can control the midfield with him and
So this
whoever's
is
playing
a
next
home and away series.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is.
It's done.
Yeah, it's just, like we have to beat Man City by enough goals and enough of a result to get to. This is the quarterfinals or semifinals?
These are semis, I think.
Martin, is this the semifinals?
I think it's the semifinals. Yes.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. This is a
We
this
can
is
draw
a huge
at the
ask.
Etihad, and then we can win at Old Trafford, but I don't think we're going to draw at the Etihad.
I mean, we did what we were gonna do to him already.
Mhm.
Like Pep is gonna prepare for us, and then we have injuries. McTominay's out. Pogba's never probably gonna pay for us again.
Pogba will never play for us again.
So we lack depth.
We're going to
Maybe
have to play Jesse Lingard.
Maybe if
He will play for sure.
maybe if we get somebody in the transfer window, like
By
that
tomorrow?
person, yeah. But for
For
the game
the
for the
second
one on the
leg,
29th, still that person is going to need time to acclimate to the, like they just more stacked. Like, until our growth is complete, I will never, unfortunately, give us the chance against Man City. But I'm always surprised and happy when we do beat them.
It's this weird thing where we just play like we're supposed to play against top 6 teams and then lose focus against fucking Burnley.
Talking about City, and you mentioned that the Wolves game, and that pretty much wrap it up in terms of like who's going to win this season.
Mm-hmm.
There was a situation, the winning goal for the Wolves. This is Guardiola's way of playing kind of backfired in that particular play, because Mendy could have just
that's right.
just kick the ball out, but because they're not allowed to, technically they have to try to play a pass.
Right.
He lost the ball and they lost the game.
Yeah.
Shouldered him off.
But yeah. Traore.
Why is he not? I mean,
He's not scoring enough, because I have him on my fantasy team. He's just not producing enough numbers.
I feel like every team in the world should be looking at this guy. Like I'm blown away by how good he is.
Yeah, but he's looks like Mane, but the difference is the Mane scores and has assists.
But
the
Mane is definitely better. But
listen, he's being played completely different than Mane. He's being played like Moses was played for Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he has defensive responsibilities like all the way back as a back. He's not. It's a completely different position than Mane. Like he has to defend more than Mane also does a lot of work defensively, but Mane doesn't have to come. His responsibilities now. He's a back, that goes forward. But also, people are not finishing all the chances that Traore is creating. But he's really having a phenomenal
people,
year.
Man.
Yeah,
he's got to get bought from them by somebody. I mean, come on, Wolves. I still don't.
Yeah, a lot
they
of people,
they can finish top 4. Why not?
top 6 for sure. They could
could.
finish. I'm not sure about top 4.
It depends how many more points those teams you, Arsenal, Chelsea will drop.
Like we're all fighting, including them, for the top 6 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what makes it kind of disheartening? Everyone's dropping points, and if we could steady the ship for 5 games, we'd build up a pretty nice cushion.
But one name that wasn't mentioned, because people are saying that Leicester might drop off in the second part of the season, and I agree it might, especially if they sell Maddison, who is Man U fan. And you could have gotten him almost for free 5 years ago.
That goal was
But now it's 120 mil.
Everybody could have got everybody for free 5
Would
years
you give 120 mil from Maddison?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
What are these numbers?
Yeah.
I'm with Daniel Levy. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I'm not
That's the
paying.
best.
I'm not paying
That's
that
the
much for Madison.
But that's the rumor. That's the guy you're trying to get.
Oh,
We're trying to get a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
so many TDs.
I don't know why it's tripping. Come on, computer. I'm trying to use you.
I did want to ask you guys about VAR.
Mm-hmm.
Was it what game was it? The heel. Was it Villa? Somebody's heel offside.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah. I watched that game. Huh.
I remember, but
Yeah.
I don't know which game. Just
why?
what's your point?
Why are we doing it like this? I just don't get why.
I'm gonna defend VAR.
Okay. See,
Listen, man.
that's what we're here for.
You want an honest answer if somebody's offside or not. Sometimes it comes down to, so you want it or you're not. You want it when it's too close and they call it. It's a problem. Like, they should have just let that go. But if it's a heel, a toenail, if you're off, you're off.
The point of the rule is to prevent the player from getting an unfair beat on the defender.
That's a different rule. They changed that rule.
But that's like
That's not what the law is right now.
But that's the heart of
Thanks,
it.
man.
That's what it's
Thanks,
that's
man.
what it's protecting, or that's what it's trying to uphold. If somebody has a toenail off, there's no unfair disadvantage.
It is
or
what it is.
advantage.
It is what it is, bro. It's to tell
So
if
stupid.
somebody was offside. You can't be offside by an inch, a joint,
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
You can't
it's so dumb.
by a hair, cut your hair, cut your toenails.
Yeah. Don't wear baggy clothes.
Suck
'cause
in
if,
your gut.
If the sleeve of
Yeah.
your shirt is over,
Wear
it's just,
tight shirts.
It's so stupid.
Just do what you can to stay on side. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes so your eyelashes are not ahead of the other person.
Exactly.
These are the rules
Yeah.
because they're going to call it as exact as they can.
It's insane talk.
People score a lot of goals being onside. Just be one of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think because it's New Year's, it's time. It's time for our New Year's prediction. Champions, top 4,
You were gonna say
and
something
relegation zone.
You was going to say something about Liverpool. What were you going to say?
I mean, I said it that they buy well and that
okay.
the players fit in right away. So Minamino gives them options. They have the top 3 that they had to play all of them at the same time. Sometimes Origi played, but now they have 5 guys to rotate. So I'm sure he will see a lot of time, especially in if they go far in the Champions League and they already win the league. You know, he might play in the league a lot. And Alexander-Arnold is great. I mean, he's really producing. He's one of the best players in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. He's probably the best back in the world.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Best right back in the world.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Predictions.
I think-
Champions, top 4, and the relegation.
I think Liverpool will probably win the EPL. I know that sounds crazy, but Man City 2nd, Leicester 4th, Manchester United 3rd.
It's hilarious.
Who goes down?
What is up with that? It's not hilarious. It's
It is
fucking
hilarious.
fact.
Who goes down? Who goes down?
I'll say Norwich. I don't know why. When they play, they look like world beaters, but they just lose too much.
They don't know how to win yet, but they have what it takes.
Norwich, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, nah. But Bournemouth always spends a little time in the relegation zone before they pop out.
They've lost. I mean,
Yeah, they've
one win in 10 games.
Yeah, but they
They've
know how
lost
to get out
9.
of that. They get out of that every year and then finish like mid-table, like 10 for 11 or some shit.
And 3rd? Norwich, Bournemouth, and who else?
I don't know. Brighton.
Okay, that's the 3. You, Ian. We'll check that, by the way, in June.
I'm bad at predictions, so I don't even want to.
Yeah,
like-
let's do it. It's for fun.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I don't like.
My top 4.
yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
I'm
I
not-
don't know about the relegation.
Yeah, I'm no relegation expert. Like it's fun to observe, but to like for me personally to like make a call on a team, I don't get nothing out of that.
See that?
What about the title? Who will win the title?
Liverpool,
Okay, top 4.
top 4. I don't even like that because I really don't know this thing. let me just go by the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Leicester has 45 points. right?
Mhm.
So any team that's outside of the top 4, right? Any team that's outside of the top 4 is the first team outside of them is Man U. Man U has 31 points. So they are 14 points right now behind Leicester. Leicester would have to drop so many points that Manchester United or anybody would have to make up more than a 14-point difference to get them out of there. So
I know it's wild that it's going to happen.
So I feel like Leicester will stay in the top 4, right? Same thing with Man City. They're definitely staying in the top 4. Now, Chelsea can get caught by...
Although they can buy now.
But they can buy. But
They can?
Who you?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
the
they can
transfer
turn that
ban.
around?
Yeah, it's a ban. They cut the ban in half. Chelsea now, that's the team where their one spot is up for grabs for like Man United can catch them. Spurs can catch them. Wolves can catch them. And dare I say Sheffield United can catch them. So the
Arsenal is not that far behind.
Yeah, they're 20. They're it's even possible for them. So it's not. And here's the thing: Chelsea can just win from now on, and nobody catch them.
Yeah.
But there's only really one spot in the top 4 that's questionable, and it's Chelsea. So that's just an educated thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Every team is so inconsistent behind them. I don't know if they can catch them.
I think we've dropped.
All right, my predictions then.
18
Spurs
points.
for the title? No, of course not. Liverpool will win. City second. Leicester third. Spurs fourth.
Well, that's crazy.
And it's more wishful thinking.
No, it's not crazy. It's
That's
typical.
crazy.
It's typical Martin.
Wishful thinking.
That's insane.
Welcome to my world.
It's not
But
measured.
bottom.
Like
I know,
Man U
it's-
third,
It's
Leicester
possible.
fourth.
It's
is
possible.
measured.
It's possible. They have 30 points. They're 6 behind Chelsea. They have a good team. Coach, it's
They'll
possible.
they'll spend millions of dollars.
Look at Daniel Levy just said they're not.
Yeah. They'll pick up James Madison for 120.
Oh, I'll take him. Sure.
Yeah.
If we sell Ericsson back for 130. The bottom 3, I would go with Norwich as my number 1 candidate to go down. I would say Bournemouth will finally slip. That's my second. And the third one will be Aston Villa.
So let me ask you a question. This Saturday coming, you guys play Liverpool.
Someone has to beat them finally, right?
Shit. So you're trying to go. You're trying to go fourth.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
We'll tell Liverpool, hey guys, we're
They're
just
well-
trying to go fourth.
They're well
win the
rested.
league.
They're well rested. You just say they play the kid squad.
Yeah, they played the kids. They did. They
So
did. Mane didn't play. Salah didn't play. Firmino didn't play.
So
Yeah.
and you guys drew against who in the FA Cup?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
One of the best academies in England.
So you drew
Yeah.
against Middlesbrough,
Yeah,
and you have no Harry Kane.
we're saving up
You're saving up for what?
for Liverpool.
Yeah, all right. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
Somebody will beat them eventually,
I think Liverpool will beat y'all.
Yeah, probably.
We have the built-in advantage of kind of only playing consistently well against Liverpool. It's like the only team I'm
But they
confident
beat you.
we're going to play
But they
really
beat
well.
you.
No, didn't we draw this year?
No, we drew. We drew, bro. They didn't beat us.
Really?
We're the only.
They don't beat
we're the-
us.
We're the only team that made them drop points this season.
Ah, you're right. They beat the City team. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right about it.
Yeah.
They beat City.
Well. All right, Man U third.
Hilarious.
If you buy, if you buy 5 world-class players right now, why not?
If
course.
Vardy
Of
goes
course.
down,
He already went down. He didn't play last game.
I mean, come on.
I think they were arresting him, right?
Believe
No,
it.
he had some little injury. Some
I feel
little
sorry for
knock.
Villa. They got Man City next.
Yeah, I don't believe in Villa. They have one great player in Grealish who is really playing very well, but they just lost 2 players season-ending injuries. Their main striker and the main center back, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost him again?
Yeah, they lost Wesley for the rest of the season.
Was that that nasty ankle break?
Yeah,
phone?
yeah.
Wesley?
Wesley.
There
Yeah.
was some nasty one. Yeah, his
He
ankle
wasn't
got
scoring
caught
for
up.
them anyway. But I think they just bought somebody. I forgot. They're either trying to buy somebody.
Check it
I
out.
forgot who the fuck it was. Shit. They bought.
Maybe Lingard. No.
it's a perfect place for Lingard.
Let me see who Aston Villa.
Jesse Lingard is an Aston Villa player.
Yeah, Aston Villa's not that stupid.
Sorry. There was a time when I loved Jesse.
Yeah, there's a time when we all loved him.
Not all.
When Rashford scored in Paris, that penalty, and Jesse's video that he put on his Instagram, I mean, that's heartwarming stuff. But get the fuck off the team.
Yeah, I have to give you this, that Rashford actually has a very good season. Very, very good season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That is for a fact. He really took a leap forward this season.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
he
he
can
did.
get a lot better.
Yeah, he can get a lot better.
Get a lot better because he's got some holes, or rather, just spots where he could just do a lot better.
Where is this?
Yeah, they lost Heaton and Wesley. They lost their goalkeeper and striker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the season, so they're done.
The
Both done.
goalkeeper was season ending too.
Yep.
It was so fluky. He just hit a pole and he's done for the season.
Yep.
He hit the side crossbar and he's done.
Trying to see who Aston Villa bought, but it's
Ian's
not
on a
coming up.
mission right now.
All right, so let's just run through the tables. All right, real quick, and then we out. What time is it, anybody? 5:35. All right, cool. Well, happy New Year's, everybody. Here's the tables. Liverpool have 58 points. It's all green at the top. Go, go, go. www. They can log online, and this weekend they're gonna log Tottenham Hotspurs offline with another win. Second is Leicester City. They have 45 points. They are 1 point ahead of Man City. Let me see who they have. Southampton is not going to be easy. Is Southampton the team that Leicester beat the shit out of?
Yeah, 9-0.
9-0. All right. So then turned around South will be coming for revenge. Man City plays Aston Villa, and Villa is struggling right now. They got injuries, and they're like one spot above the relegation zone. So let's see how they handle this trip.
Jack Grealish, hat-trick hero.
Hilarious.
Good. I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm all for it.
Hat-trick hero.
Hilarious. Chelsea is fourth. They got Burnley coming up. Burnley ain't been so tough lately, so Chelsea should be able to win that. Like Burnley's kind of falling off, but
Yeah.
They'll play us and they'll pick it back up.
see.
Yeah, they can actually surprise Chelsea. You never know.
Yeah, by playing soft. They're not playing like that typical.
Burnley.
Yeah, like Sean. Is it Sean Dyche?
Sean
Sean
Dyche.
Dyche.
Yeah.
They're not doing this typical.
Oh man, he
Listen,
was
those-
so fucking mad.
Those overachieving teams, they sometimes just hit the
wall.
Hit the wall at some point. You know, it happened to a lot of them.
Yeah.
What was the team that they kept going, and finally got relegated? There was one team like that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think I know. I think I remember that. It happens.
Blacksburg or Blackburn?
No, Blackburn was 2011 when they got relegated. But that was a team that was
Yeah.
Wigan. They were staying,
Did
and
you
they
say
got
last
relegated.
And then
year?
they ran out of gas.
Ran out of gas. No, it was like 2004. They won the FA Cup, I think, the season they got relegated.
Oh, with Roberto
Yeah,
Martinez.
yeah,
Roberto
yeah.
Martinez,
Yeah.
yeah. But they were always like saving, and then the one year just,
Yeah, it's like, all right, this is it.
Cough
We
and
out.
shit.
and that's it.
Can't keep up with this. Tottenham is 6, about to drop from 6 after this weekend. So they got
Big
30
win,
points.
big win. Big Jose.
So what do you really think of your chances in that game? I didn't really seriously ask you. With Mourinho,
There are always chances, as they say. You know, when they ask Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, what are the chances? 1 of million. So there is a chance. The famous scene from Dumb and
What
Dumber.
part was
that's
that?
the least
Yeah.
famous scene in Dumb and Dumber because I don't remember it.
No, it's something like, what is the chance for a date with a girl? And she said 1 in a million. And he's like, so there is a chance, right?
So
So,
you're
that means
saying
there is a
there's a
chance. Yeah, 1 in a million. But there is a chance.
All right, we're
So you're
just
you're
gonna
not,
keep
you're
just
not
gonna-
optimistic.
just gonna keep going to the team that's 7th in the table, who's gonna jump over you guys once they play Newcastle. That's Wolves. Sheffield United are doing a phenomenal job. They have 29 points. They're 8th. Crystal Palace doing a phenomenal job. They have 28 points. They're 9th. Arsenal with Arteta.
They want to hire someone bad, Sheffield United, right? They're buying someone really not good.
Maybe they're the ones who bought somebody.
Yeah, they bought someone not very good. Let me check it out.
If you come up with it, just tell me. Meanwhile, Arsenal, they're 10th. That's crazy for Arsenal to be 10th. They have 27 points.
Yeah.
Everton, they're 11th. They have 25 points. Southampton, they're 12th. They have 25 points. They're resurging. They're getting away from the relegation zone. Newcastle's 13th. They have 25 points. Brighton Hove, they're 14th. They have 24 points. Burnley, they're 15th. They have 24 points. West Ham, new coach. Old Moyes, new coach, Old Moyes.
Yeah.
16th with 22 points. Who they play? They play Sheffield. That's not going to be easy for Moyes playing Sheffield. Villa, 17th place, 21 points. Man City. Bournemouth, they're 18th. They have 20 points. They play Watford next. So, Watford is not, Watford is doing better now. And then they're one place below them in the table at 19th. So that's going to be a battle of like, I'm going to step over you to get out of this hot pot of boiling water that neither of us want to be in.
Yeah.
And then there's Norwich. They're 20th. They're in last.
Bye-bye.
They're playing Man U, and Man U has to be careful because these guys need the points. So you have to look at this team coming at you the way Arsenal came at you.
Oh, Jack Rodwell. We talked about
Rodwell, yeah.
Jack Rodwell, yeah.
So who bought him? Sheffield or
Sheffield
Villa?
United, yeah.
Yeah, Rodwell, yeah. All right, that's it.
City's Jack Rodwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that was in Sunderland, and they tried to get him out of his wages because he was making like more than the rest of the team, and just to sign more players to stay out of relegation. And he said no, and they got relegated to the third league.
Yeah.
It's in the documentary that's on Netflix. He was like the most hated guy in Sunderland, but he didn't crumble.
No, he wants his money.
He took his money.
Yeah, because you need that money for the rest of your life. This is the one time.
Yeah.
And how much was he getting paid anyway?
He was getting paid some ridiculous like 60,000 or something like that a week.
That's not much compared to
for championship.
But that's,
they were in the
it's not his
championship.
fault.
Yeah, I know, but he was making more than the rest of the team.
It's not that much.
Yeah, so you could blow that. I've seen
Let me
players
check
blow
how
more.
much it was actually, because it was in a Netflix documentary. They made him a villain in it.
Dylan Wrenn, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna plug it right now.
Yeah,
another Bachelor podcast. You watch it?
Nah, The Bachelor.
You don't have time for it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, America's most pathetic trash reality television show is coming back. Me, Nick Davis, Thea Vaughn's producer, and our old friend Pat are going to be breaking it down every week. So subscribe to another Bachelor podcast.
All right, dope. That's hilarious.
What is Thea Von
Does your wife-
producing?
What's up?
What is Thea Von producing?
Thea Vaughn's producer, my buddy Nick. We both worked at Corolla. He's on the podcast too.
Oh, nice.
You still work at Corolla?
No,
Oh, you left?
no, I left.
When?
Like end of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah,
All right.
it's great.
All right, cool.
Yeah, things are going good.
All right, dope. I don't know if you... So I sense some sarcasm.
No, everything's good.
All right, life's in free fall. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Martin, what you got?
Yeah, I have to tell you the story I was mentioning on the way here. It was actually very, very nice acknowledgement because, I did the Call of Duty and I went to talk to LeBron James after the game at the end of the last year. And then he's a big fan of the game and he said that his son was playing it. And then Anthony Davis started asking me questions about, process of making it. So that was a pretty cool moment to brag about on the podcast.
You already bragged about this on social media.
Yes, I did.
And to
so
me
you're
on the-
reading.
What happened? You were in
yeah.
Call of Duty? You were in COD?
Yeah, no, I'm the character in Call of Duty, and a pretty distinguished one, as a matter of
I
fact.
bought the game just to kill him.
Are you like
I
an
don't have
evil?
the game.
Are you an evil?
No, it's a guy with a dark past, but he's
Are you evil like how you are now?
I'm like a heart of gold, heart of gold.
Yeah.
Is this the thing you were teasing? And I said, "Are you a rapist in it?"
No.
All right. Oh, so you were
Rapist.
teasing
Now, it's something
something.
else that he was a special announcement.
Oh yeah, I can't say that yet.
Oh, okay. Wow.
No, I mean I can say that. I can say that. I just can't say the details that I'm on the new season of Black Lighting on CW.
So you made the series regular?
No, not the series. Just the role, just the role on the show. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Congrats.
White Lightning.
No, Black Lighting.
Black Lighting.
Well, you're White Lightning.
I'm not the lady.
Okay.
I can't say.
the
He's trying to ask me what I am on the show. I'm not gonna say. I'll get in trouble. Yeah.
Well, you will. People are gonna watch it. How is it gonna? How you get in trouble? They recorded it. How are you gonna get in trouble for what they paid you to do?
And I know, because I have two Man U fans here. So I'm gonna say that I still write for 442, and I did an interview with Tim Howard. And Tim Howard worked with a lot of managers in his career at Man U, including Sir Alex Ferguson. When I asked him who was the best manager he ever worked with, he said, without any doubt, David Moyes.
I understand why you would say that. I understand. So
Just saying.
So how many trophies did he win with Moyes?
I think he won a cup or something. Once probably at Everton.
Moyes let him play, gave him a platform. Yeah.
So after, and he would have never got that platform if Man U didn't take him first.
Yeah.
And put him on a showcase so that the world could be like, this is exactly like the next team Jesse Lingard plays for will be Everton-like team, and he'll have a great career there because that's where he belongs.
Not sure he will. No, I don't.
So you don't even believe in him in a team below the top 6?
No, I think he should play in a different league probably.
Oh damn.
Yeah, maybe MLS.
Zlatan, the best coach that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has ever played under.
Who?
Pep Guardiola.
For one season, that's not what he says.
Nah, that's not how he thinks.
Not what he thinks.
Yeah, he thinks. Yeah,
he played for some good coaches though. He played for so many different teams.
Not like Pep Guardiola.
He played Juventus. He played Inter. He played for Mourinho at Inter. Oh come on, man.
Did he play for Ancelotti at
think
PSG?
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Absolutely. He played for him. He played also.
He loves Mourinho.
Yeah.
Pep's still the best manager he's ever played for, though.
He played for Guillermo Barros Schelotto at Galaxy.
What the fuck is that?
He played at Malmö. By the way, they devastated his. That's an interesting story. They devastated his statue at Malmö because he bought stakes in the rival club in Sweden. So they devastated his statue.
Well, don't do that.
Football. Yeah.
Don't do that.
That shit can happen to your statue.
Yeah. You got to be careful when you have statues of yourself.
Or not. Just don't care. Fuck it.
Yeah. Also, talking about LeBron James and Liverpool, you know that he has, I think, 1% stake in Liverpool.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I don't like him because of that.
I got to try and get him on the show. Talk to him about that.
Yeah.
So you gonna? That was your plug?
That was my plug. Yeah.
It's the longest plug ever. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna plug. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna be in Australia and Hawaii with Daniel Tosh from the 13th to the 29th of January. So look out for that. And then when I'm back, I got shows in Toronto. Go to my website, ianedwardscomedian.com. There'll be dates there. Check out my roommate series, Roommates, on Instagram. Check that out with me and Paul Elia. And, everybody, Happy New Year. Aaron, good to see you, bro.
Sorry, I'm not on mic.
You're not on mic. Good to see you. I'm just saying good to see you. That's all. And let's enjoy this year of soccer. Unless you're a Spurs fan. And
it'll be a great year.
And softball.
And
Mourinho.
Aaron softball Brungardt. Killer.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. In summation.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, fun. Let's just end it. Fuck it. It's over.
Fucked.